Obviously, I don't have to say, how well Matt pitched. It was amazing. It was, you saw two guys, Aaron Slagers and Matt Boyd. Matt was just a couple pitches better, and it was a heck of a baseball game. We, we could just never get anything going offensively. He handcuffed us, and fortunately for us, Matt was as good as I think anybody will ever see somebody throw here in the College World Series.
Okay, questions, please. Aaron?
Aaron Fitt, Baseball America. Hey, Matt. You had a great breaking ball going there from the beginning, it seemed like. Did you feel like establishing that pitch early was kind of key for you?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was, my curveball and slider were both working very well today, and being able to put it on both sides of the plate and, get ahead with it early, down in zone, it opened up a lot of, opened up both sides of the plate for my other pitches as well.
Next question. Okay, right here.
Jason Quick, Oregonian. Pat, you've said that Matt is among your favorite players of all time.
I told you not to tell people that.
Well, why is that? What goes into that?
When you coach young men, and it's difficult enough, but he is a no-maintenance guy. He takes care of everything, goes to school, does well in school, trains. He never, he's a guy you never have to worry about. He's just easy to coach. He's just a great kid. He came to college for all the right reasons. He's just a great person, and I always had a great relationship with him. He came to our camp when he was young, and he's just he's a really fun kid to coach, and he's a great man.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome, man. Especially when he throws shutouts, he's really a good guy.
I'm glad you're not sitting together here. Kendall?
Kendall Rogers, Perfect Game. Jake, from your standpoint, you've seen this guy throw so many times. I guess from your perspective, is this the best you've seen him? And just talk about what you saw from behind the plate.
Matt, obviously, he talked about getting ahead with his off-speed pitches, but, his fastball was great today. I think he got ahead more with his fastball, worked both sides of the plate with his fastball. He was down, with all of his pitches, which is why he was so successful. And, we need him to throw, off-speed pitch early in the count or late in the count. He hit his spot and, threw balls in the dirt, and he just did a great job all night keeping them off balance.
Okay, Piv?
Matt, Steve Pivovart from the World Herald in town. Slagers was saying that he knew pretty early on that runs were going to be at a premium, and that kind of helped provide him with some motivation. How about you? When did you realize that this was going to be a pretty tight game?
Regardless of the game I go into, I really try to focus not on the scoreboard, just making pitches. If it's a 0-0 game, 1-0 or 10-0, score shouldn't matter or dictate how you pitch. You should still go after guys, try to get ahead, and just get outs. And the whole game, that was my focus. Just really, try not to focus on the score. Just making pitches, focusing on one pitch at a time. And guys played great behind me. Coach called a great game. Jake, man, was money back there, blocking balls in the dirt, and just like I said, the defense, it was awesome.
Okay.
Kerry Eggers, Portland Tribune. Matt, you've been a good team guy, fell in the closer role, but how excited were you to get back in the starting role and get to pitch in the College World Series tonight?
Oh, very excited. Very, very blessed, very grateful. Dream of this as being a little kid. Pitching in the College World Series, and whatever capacity, starting, closing, playing first, or DHing or anything like that. I love to help out the team and whatever's needed, and just grateful for the opportunity.
Okay, Eric?
Coach Casey, Eric Sorensen, College Baseball Today. I noticed that was kind of a little bit of a conversation between you and Coach Smith after the game. Can you tell us what you talked to him about?
Well, I got a lot of respect for what he does and how he goes about it. Just think he's done a great job. I played him down in Texas in a tournament, and I could tell then that he was doing all the things that they were going to be successful. They got good athletes. They run it right. They do it right. I think he's a really quality coach, and I was excited to see him get to the College World Series. I know how tough it is. fighting some of the things you got to fight when you're not in a major conference or you don't have that street cred yet. And so I was just happy for the guy. He's a good man.
Okay.
Mike Bonner, Clarion Ledger. This question's for Pat Casey. Coach, faced Mississippi State before. What can you take, if anything, from the first game?
Well, there's a lot of things that I think that we can take from it. One is they're very competitive. They're very good. Their bullpen is very strong. They got a quality closer. But hopefully when we look at the tape, the difficult thing is you don't know who you're going to play. And so we'll go to work on that again tomorrow. But John does a great job with their guys. They're loose right now. They're playing well. I don't know how many games they've won in a row, but they're certainly playing good baseball.
Kevin, just talk about you tagging up. Was there any indecision, and did you take a peek on your way down?
Well, I didn't know if it was going to get deep enough or, if it was going to take him far enough left that, I was going to be able to tag. But, Jenks is over there, and he's saying yes, 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 and just making sure that I was going to get there. And the ball was on the left side of the plate, I think, and, so it was away from me, but still think I would have been in there safe.
Aaron?
I said you look like you have some thoughts on that.
No, I enjoy watching Cav run. I mean,
It's a good thing we had the fastest guy at third base.
There's no
Jake
doubt.
hit that.
and that would be Andy Jenkins.
Aaron Fitt again, Kavin and Jake. Obviously a pretty special pitching duel here today. What was Slager's doing against you guys that made him so successful?
Kevin, you go first, please.
He left a bunch of fastballs up that we kept on popping up, and we just couldn't square a bunch of those up, and we squared up a few, and right at him, and that was just how the game went for both teams. So. We just had to stick with it on defense, and Matt, pitched great, so we were lucky to have that happen.
Jake?
Yeah, I think, for the most part, he was commanding his fastball as well, and his slider was real good, and I think he started throwing a changeup to lefties there at the end. So he was commanding his pitches. He threw a great game, but we were able to, scratch a run there, and but there was two good pitching performances.
Back here.
Pat, I noticed in the ninth you didn't have any action going in the bullpen. Did you have a pitch count in mind or anything with Matt? Was this his?
Yeah, I had a
his
pitch
game?
count in mind, about 12 for the last inning. No, it would be hard to take Matty out in that situation. He was, as well as he was pitching, and we were gonna win or lose with him on the mound, and I think he'd have been a hard guy to take out in that situation. And he was well rested. He threw on Saturday, or I don't know when he threw against Kansas State, a Saturday, and so he'd really only thrown about 20 pitches since Saturday, so he's had 9 or 10 days in between his starts.
More questions?
Thank you, guys.